What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Mike Dolce Show. Shots fired, baby. Surging UFC superstar Sean O'Malley has scathing words for Khamzat Chimaev regarding his inability to make weight, the future of Khamzat at welterweight, and O'Malley calls out Khamzat literally for cheating on the scale, and we have the exact video for you. Before we get into this, guys and gals, consider giving this video a thumbs up and definitely subscribe to this channel for breaking news, behind the scenes information, and value-added health and fitness information you will not get anywhere else. Also, check the links below. We have amazing sponsors here to help you, but let's get into the video. We are jumping directly to Sean's YouTube channel where he discusses with his co-host Timbo the Khamzat situation. Let's listen here. I'm going to chime in. So what Sean's talking about right here, he's talking about Andres Michael, Khamzat's head coach, had said, hey, we tried to make weight. It was the doctor that stopped us. And Sean is saying exactly what I said last week when we reported on this. The doctor just doesn't show up to your room. Sean had said in his entire UFC career, he has never had a doctor just come in and check on him. The UFC typically has 11 to 12 fights per card. That is 22 to 24 athletes on each card. Doctors are not going around trying to find each and every athlete every minute, every hour of the day to, quote, check on them during their weight cut. Plus, athletes aren't just staying in the host hotel. They have Airbnbs, they have houses, they're in other hotels. This doesn't happen. Khamzat's team called the doctor, knowing the doctor would stop the fight. Now, maybe it's because Khamzat was in such a bad way, they were scared, as Coach Andres Michael said, they were scared he was going to die. What Sean O'Malley said is that he has never called the doctor, and as a UFC fighter, Sean O'Malley also says, if the doctor ever showed up at the end of my weight cut, there's no way he would let me fight. This is exactly what I said last week. We inside the industry, we know this. If you call a doctor while cutting weight, the doctor will preserve their license. They are scared of getting sued. They are scared of liability. If they see an athlete dehydrated going through the weight cut practice, they will say, fights off, stop cutting weight. So they do not get sued and lose their license. That's the doctor's job. And that's the right thing for a doctor to do. O'Malley parrots this, but what he says next is very interesting.
Like, I don't know if that's true.
You know, guys, my apologies there. My apologies there. The audio was a little off. I just switched it back on. Sorry for that. Let me just briefly replay what O'Malley just said here. It's only about 10 seconds so you can get the context.
Opinions on the Khamzat weight issue. Is the doctor right to stop the cut?
I've never in my 5, 6, whatever years in the UFC had a doctor come and check on me during weight cuts. I'm sure if they come look at me the last pound when I'm in the bathtub, they'd be like, they'd probably say to anybody, whoa, like a doctor comes in, they're not used to seeing humans like that. I'm just like, okay. Just fucking.
I don't think the doctor came in and said.
So that's what Sean had said, what I commented on. Now, what Timbo says here is I understand where he's coming from, but I'll give commentary on this before we get to the exact Khamzat cheating video.
Dude, you see some of these people on the scale?
Yeah.
They're barely making it into the Apex Center to weigh in. They can barely fucking walk. There's foam around their mouth. They're about to croak.
Yeah.
And like, oh, you're still 0.5 over, and then they go try and sweat it out more. It's like, I don't know if that's true, but maybe he told the UFC, hey, I'm not making weight. I'm just not. And then the UFC's like, okay, we're going to kind of cover for you and say the doctor said you couldn't. I could see that.
That's not the way it works, Tim. That's not the way it works at all. The doctor shows up, the doctor makes the call. The UFC is not interfering. This idea that there's some insidious controversy behind the scenes, that's not how it happens. The doctor walks in the room, sees what's happening, and the doctor says, "You're done." Because the doctor now has eyes on the athlete. Once the doctor is officially called, the doctor officially puts eyes on the athlete. The doctor then is bound by their license to perform a medical review, a diagnosis. The doctor cannot then say, "Oh yeah, you're fine. Keep cutting weight, damn near die, and then go fight tomorrow night." The doctor will never do that. So there's no Khamzat's not saying, "I'm not making weight." That's not happening. Khamzat's just sitting there looking like he's about to die. Maybe he plays it up a little bit, maybe not. Doesn't matter. The doctor will check his vitals, look at him and say, "You're fucking done, dude. You're damn near dead." Now, Coach Andres Michael said Khamzat was cramping. He was throwing up. He was dizzy. He had vertigo. He could not stand. The doctor is not going to allow that. Khamzat and his team don't have to say anything. So, Tim, you're a little bit off on that one, brother.
With Khamzat, he's such a fucking huge star.
Yeah, I want to see him at 185. Because even when he fought,
Now, this is where we get into the cheating allegations, which I have the supportive evidence. I have video of Khamzat literally cheating and some other fuckery that you haven't heard. And I'm going to bring you attention to that.
Gilbert Burns, he did the towel thing, lost 5 pounds.
And this is what they're talking about. I'm going to show this, the exact thing Khamzat did during Gilbert Burns, a different version of Towelgate. But let's let Sean finish his thought.
Like, when was the last time Khamzat made 170? Actually,
Good point.
Not the last 2 fights, so it's probably been over a year.
I want to see him at one.
That is a great point Sean O'Malley just made. Khamzat has not made 170 pounds. He did not make 170. I'm going to prove this to you. Khamzat did not make 171 pounds for the Gilbert Burns fight. I will show you this. He definitely did not make 171 pounds for the Nate Diaz fight. I will show you this. I'm going to show you this. All right, I'm going to show you this in one. Let's let Sean finish here. This is a smoking gun. Nobody's reported on this. Nobody has showed this. Sean is alluding to this, and I have the supportive evidence. I'm going to show you guys right here on the Mike Dolce Show.
25 too. I don't care what he fights at. He's
Me neither.
Fucking just like, God, you want to see that?
I want to watch
fight.
the next fight. I'm so curious who it's going to be. It's going to be. It can't be Colby. He's not going to make 170, dude. I just don't see him making. I don't even know if UFC will book him at 170
anymore for sure.
But it doesn't seem like he wants to go up to 185, which is kind of surprising because he is big and he's super fucking skilled.
True.
And he's got to be confident, but
he's got bully syndrome.
Imagine if they book the him versus Boachina.
Bolo. See, that's what I'm saying. I don't know if he wants those fights up there.
Yeah.
Those are big boys.
Yeah, and especially
he's a once.
I think out of the top 10 he's going to be able to run through those guys, sprint at them, grab them, and just stop.
Yeah.
But then you get
all right. Now they get more into the context of fighting and the matchups. So Sean is right here again. Khamzat has not made 170. He's not made welterweight in his last 2 fights. Khamzat will not be going back to the welterweight division unless they make some sort of radical change. I just do not see that happening. Khamzat does not want to fight Paulo Costa or anybody else at 185 because those are big boys. They are skilled boys. Khamzat cannot run through the middleweights the way he can run through the welterweights. Those middleweights are good up there. They are bigger than Khamzat. He cannot outmuscle them. Even though his wrestling's good, his wrestling is not that good that he can outmuscle these much bigger dudes. He's not going to do that to Paulo Costa. Right? That is a much tougher, longer fight. Khamzat can win at welter or middleweight. Khamzat is great. I think he's a great athlete. He's super talented. He's fun to watch. And I agree with the boys here. I want to see him fight, but let's show Khamzat literally cheating. So this is what Sean and Timbo allude to at UFC 267, Khamzat's Towelgate. Now, let me give some context here. Khamzat steps on the scale. He weighs in at 171.5 pounds. I'm going to show you that in this video. And then I'm going to show you alternate angles and I'm going to freeze frame it so you can see exactly what happened. Let's go back here to the beginning when Khamzat first steps on the scale. Let's walk with me here for this. I'm going to walk you through this whole thing. All right, this is Khamzat getting on the scale for the first time. Look at his hands. They're hovering on the scale, but there's no indentation. This matters. They're hovering. Look at the scale. Watch right here. Okay, now let me go back again. 171.5. Now this matters. Note where this line is. See this? This is perfectly parallel. Perfectly parallel. This nose right here, the tip on this scale, we call this the cow scale. This is perfectly parallel. The commissioner here says 171.5. Khamzat is exactly 0.5 pounds above the 171-pound weight class limit. This is the first weigh-in. Now Khamzat gets off the scale. Let me pull the sound down. He gets off the scale and he has time. 171.5. Boom. You just missed weight. First attempt right here, Khamzat. He's like, oh no, what do I do? You got to go and allegedly lose some weight. You have time now to lose weight. Now we're going to fast forward to Khamzat coming back onto the scale. This is him just doing the obligatory photo. Now this is him getting back onto the scale. Watch this now. Look at this. Look at the towel indentation. What the towel indentation once again, and let me show you the alternate angle of the towel indentation here. This is a towel gate incident, ladies and gentlemen, but there's more. This is not the most corrupt part of this. Look at the way he's pushing down. Look at this massive, look at that massive indentation. As he pushes this down, it raises his body weight, allowing him to be lighter on this scale. Now, this is a bad angle right here because the head's in the way. This is the Mac Life channel. But I just wanted to show this is a better angle of this left hand, the heavy hand. So he just weighed 166. He comes back and loses 5.5 pounds. That's what he says to the UFC official. They question him. He lost 5 pounds, and the guy's like, oh, let me go back now. Now, all this fuckery here, they come back and say, gets back on the scale, dicking around. Look at the push. Look at him push. Look at this indentation here. Indentation. Pushing down. Just like Daniel Cormier did when he cheated the scale. This is cheating right now, ladies and gentlemen. 100%. Now let's just wait for this. Push. Oh, push it. You can even see how he's pushing more. Something wrong with the scale. Now, these idiots, I got to say, these fucking idiot commissioners and everybody here and this guy, they don't feel this man pushing down on the towel. Come on now. This is the corruption right here. This is the incompetency. And I think these guys, they're all incompetent. They're so nervous and so scared because they're on the big stage. They don't know what to do. They're so camera aware. They are not professionals doing this clearly and obviously, but let's get back into the video and let's watch how this plays out. So we go through, he gets off, they allegedly check the scale. He comes off, he walks away. Now he comes back again. Again, third time. He's got to strip down. The towel's here. Now watch this. This is important. They make him keep his hands up. Remember, he was 166 with his hands on the towel. He took 5 pounds off. Now his hands are up. Watch this guy. Watch this, and I will show you the alternate angle. Fuckery. Boom. Now he says, let's show this once again. This is the smoking gun, ladies and gentlemen. He comes back and says 171. And you might say by this angle, okay, seems legit.
171.
171. So now, allegedly, Khamzat Chimaev officially made weight. Allegedly, but Uncle Mike here has the alternate angle and 25 years of experience on this exact stage with the UFC scale with a 100% success ratio. Nobody knows the scale game better than this dude right here. And bang, bang, alternate angle now. Alternate angle. Let me show you what happens here. Let Uncle Mike explain this to you as I pull back the curtain behind the scenes of MMA. So this is when he was. Now, let me show you one last time here. No indentation. His hands are hovering. No indentation right here. No indentation, right? This is where he misses weight. This is perfectly parallel at 171.5. Okay. 171.5, no indentation, perfectly parallel. He's overweight. Now, as we come back for the second weigh-in, you can see the massive indentation. He's pushing down. This guy's like, what the fuck's happening here? But now let's move forward because we've already seen that. I just wanted to show you the indentation. Now this is the official. And guys and gals, this is the fuckery right now. This is the corruption. This was a corrupt weigh-in. Khamzat Chimaev missed weight for UFC 267 versus Gilbert Burns. And I'm going to show this exactly to you right now. Watch this. 171. Let's watch it again. Listen. Hands are up, not pushing on the scale. And he says 171. Let's watch it again. And then I'm going to slow it down for you. 171. Now watch this for a second here. Let's note some things. Look at his hand here. He is hiding the needle. He is hiding the needle. There is no reason for his hand to be here. What he's doing, he's moving the counterweight with his right hand. This hand has absolutely no reason to be here other than obstruction. Let me show you that a little bit better. This hand right here is obstructing the needle. Therefore, we cannot see it, but the eagle eye of Uncle Mike, the 25 years of experience, will show you exactly what I mean. Look at the needle. This is not parallel. Right there. You see that little bar right there? That is the top of the scale where ting, it ticks against the top. He is still 171.5 pounds. He has this counterweight right now at 171.0. This is at an extreme angle. When you are up close, when you're talking about half a pound, this is an extreme angle. He just said 171, but that is rising on its way to the top to get pinned right there because Khamzat Chimaev is overweight on this third attempt. Irrefutable, obvious. And let me just take you one more time. Watch this so you can see it. Give you a little bit more time to watch this. And watch how quick he is now. Remember how long it took him for all of the other weigh-ins? Watch how fast he is. Up, see that? It was on the upward trajectory. When he stopped it, it did not settle in the middle like it did at 171 in the very beginning. When it was right here, as he settles it, watch. See the pin at the top? Look at the difference, ladies and gentlemen. This is where it settles. See this pin at the top? This is the top of the scale. Look at this is parallel to the floor. Look at that space. That's almost an inch worth of space. That is double the size of the pin itself. Look at where this is. He calls 171.5. Every increment this goes above this, you must add pounds to Khamzat's weight. Now, when we move, now remember this right now. Let me even take myself out of the screen. That doesn't help you very much, but you can see that very clearly. right here. Look at that space right there. Now let's take you back towards the end. And watch this. It's settling, bouncing up and down, down, on the way up, and he stopped. Look at where that is. That is damn near pinned at the top. No longer it was parallel. This is 171.5 pounds. Khamzat Chimaev missed weight, and this motherfucker right here cheated the scale. This is corruption at the highest level. There is no doubt about it. This was fuckery 100% for whatever reason. And you can't blame Khamzat for that. You can blame Khamzat for not being on weight. You can't blame anybody else because we have no proof that anybody else did anything wrong except that commissioner standing there in the middle. And very obviously and very clearly, you can see the way that scale works. Anyone who's been on that stage and understands this knows exactly what I'm talking about. So every great coach out there, every commissioner, every athlete out there, you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. If you've never been on a stage, if you've never fought, no problem. I'm explaining exactly what happened to you. And this is all thanks to Sugar Sean O'Malley's email. Thank you, Sean, for that. And now let me answer some quick questions before we hop out of here. What do we have? Let me take these headphones off now. That just helps me with the Marcus. Dolce is killing it today. Giving it. I am. I'm doing my best. What else we got? Wow, Dolce is giving it today. Expose the frauds. I'm just trying to teach you guys, show you guys. Dolce should team up with Rogan. We'll see. I'd love to sit down with Mr. Joe and save weight cutting. And says he just needs to take some time off, eat like a bodybuilder, and build some real muscle. Dolce with the Zapruder tapes. Exactly. Hashtag JFK. Look at that one brother looking at Khamzat's junk. Yikes. Khamzat should never fight at 170 again. I agree. Eagle eye, Mike. This comes with experience, decades and decades of experience, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know how much I respect fighters cutting like 20 pounds for midgets. Yikes. I don't know. Feel like Khamzat, Izzy, feed Khamzat to Izzy or Pereira. I think Pereira is a scarier fight than Izzy right now. Khamzat's a good fighter, but facts are facts. He can't make 170. Agreed, 100%. He cannot. I know, but I think he's not back to normal since recovering from COVID. Who cares, Boo Rider? Then fight at 185. I don't care. We all have issues. Damon Jackson just fought 3 days after his brother died. Okay? So you're going to compare somebody getting COVID and fighting a year later, or someone's brother who died 3 days before his fight, who goes out there and gets a finish win and weighs in on weight. Damon Jackson cut weight, made weight, fought, and won. Come on now. I hope Colby gets this info and starts blasting. Exactly. Dolce, don't miss a thing. Nope. I see it all. Problem is, other guys are going to do this and things are going to get unprofessional in other ways as fighters continue to push the boundaries. Well, hopefully that's why I'm trying to speak honestly about this. Yo, so this mug is a cheater. Yeah, you have to say that, right? You have to say that. Patty Chimaev is next to pull the towel trick. Patty might do that. We'll see. Slick bastard, and I'm not even hating. I understand. And this is a great point. Khamzat is learning that there are no consequences for coming in heavy. The UFC lets him do whatever he wants, and it's going to become a higher or a bigger problem. I like how Dolce goes ham on Khamzat after being attacked over social media by Ham's camp. He just doubles down. Exactly. Hey, truth, baby. I am happy to tell the truth. I don't care. I'm not mad. I like Khamzat. I like Coach Andres Mike. I like these professionals. I like them, but they're fucking wrong. And when they're wrong, they must get called out. And this is an opportunity to learn. This is an opportunity to reevaluate their process and get better. Khamzat Chimaev can be a legitimate world champion. Given time and maturity and discipline, if he gets out of his own way, Khamzat Chimaev could be a welterweight, middleweight, and light heavyweight world champion. He could be the rare 3-division world champion. I believe that over the arc of his career. But I don't think it will happen because of a discipline issue. Coach Dolce going for the jugular. Oh, I don't know about all that. I'm just trying to keep it real, my friends. Guys and gals, if you're here though, please give this video a thumbs up. Nobody breaks down this information like I do. Nobody understands it and sees it like I do. Nobody has the experience that I do. And that's why you guys come here. I give you a behind the scenes look into the world of MMA that nobody is sharing with you, that I'm happy to provide. And I ask for just a thumbs up and definitely subscribe. Boop, 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 boop. Subscribe to this channel, ladies and gentlemen. We're so close to breaking through 50,000. I want you to be there and help us get there. Thank you. Andres was mad at you. He was. I'm trying to get back in touch with him, and hopefully I can get him here on the show and we can talk about all this stuff. Press play. You can get sober, my man. Chimaev has no business at a welterweight. It's ridiculous. It is a little scary. Michael H., this is my second video with Dolce, and it was an easy sub. Michael, I appreciate that, brother. I'm working so hard to earn your respect, guys. I want to earn your respect. I want to earn your trust. I want to earn the time because it's a time commitment. I'm a YouTube fan. Man, I got all the channels I subscribe to, all the videos that I watch, and there's a lot of videos I watch, but I don't subscribe to the channels. And then usually, hopefully the host shows through their hard work, their care, their effort that they care about me as a viewer, and that's what I subscribe. And that's what I just try and do with you guys. I just want to show you that I care about creating top content for you. I'm not a technology guy. Clearly, I'm not a technology guy. I'm literally over here with like, you know, duct tape and bubble gum, trying to piece together a YouTube channel for you guys that can bring together compelling content. We don't have the budgets of other channels and the teams of other channels, but we have better information than everybody else. I do believe that. Nobody's bringing you the honest, actionable, evidence-based information on health and fitness, nor is anybody bringing the real behind-the-scenes information and not scared to kiss ass. I'm not kissing anybody's. I don't care. I don't care what Dana White or the UFC or Khamzat Chimaev or Michael Bisping or whoever, Israel Adesanya or all these. I respect all these dudes. I like all these dudes. I would have a coffee, if not a beer, with all these dudes. But when they fuck up, man, they got to get called out on it. Just like when I fuck up, I get called out. Feel free to call me out. Although most of the shit people say about me is wrong, but hey. 357 says, your information is top notch. I appreciate that, brother. Thank you. That means a lot. I'm assuming you're a dude. I appreciate that. Flat Earth, don't wear the NASA shirt again, and we're good. Let me talk to that, because you know what, Flat Earther, I think it was you. If not you, it was one of you, had said I wore a NASA shirt and on the show just because it's a shirt and it fits my bulging biceps really well, and it was clean. As a dude, you guys know, we pick up clothes, we smell them, it's clean, we put it on, we walk out the door. I do anyway. And someone said, you're like, man, you take that effing shirt off because I wore a NASA shirt on the show. Whoa. Time out here. And I know this is off topic, but let's listen here. And Flat Earth, let's have a conversation. I have two daughters. I have two young daughters. What NASA does, whether or not what you believe in, what you don't believe in, what's conspiracy, what's not. And dude, I have my tinfoil hat. I mean, is there a reason why the Dolce way is in a tinfoil bag? Think about this. I love conspiracy theories. I have my own fucking crazy thoughts. But what that NASA shirt does to my daughters, it inspires them to seek truth, to expand their mind, it broadens their horizons. What NASA represents to my children and to many people who are not as educated yet or informed yet, NASA represents the broadening of horizon and technological advancement. NASA right now in this country, in this world, NASA allows children, my children, and maybe yours, to look up to the stars and wonder what's up there, what's out there. NASA, wearing that NASA t-shirt, Flat Earth, and I know you oppose, and that's fine. And I'm not saying I Don't oppose to many things also. But what wearing that shirt does, it excites my children to think and look towards the stars, to look towards the sky, to think about technology, to watch all of the rocket launches. That's why I wear that shirt, because I believe in that. I support that. I want my daughters to grow up to be engineers. I am training my daughters right now to be engineers. I want them building technology for the future that will solve the problems of today and of their generation. So when I walk around the house and I have a NASA shirt, I have a SpaceX shirt. What the hell's the satellite, whatever that Elon Musk thing, which I even forget the name of it right now. We have that. I wear that. And I talk in future tense about when my daughters are building the rockets that they send to space, when they create medicines to help the other humans that are civilizing Mars and other planets. I know this has nothing to do with fighting, but Flat Earth, I've thought about you because I was like, wow, that dude was really aggressive about me wearing a t-shirt. You cannot say that NASA has not done amazing things for society. Now, you can also argue that a lot of the fuckery out there is clear fuckery. Well, there's a lot of fuckery right here on planet Earth. We just turn on the news stations and we can see all that fuckery. But anyway, I digress. So that's why, and I will wear the shirt again. Of course I will. Inspire. No. Space Force shirt. You know what? You ever watch that Space Force show on Netflix? That show is dog shit. First season was pretty good. Second season was so fucking woke. It was garbage. Michael, get them in STEM programs early. Mike, they already are. My kids are already enrolled in STEM programs. They're in robotics programs. They're in engineering programs. My daughter, and these are daughters, by the way, like, which is, culturally and socially, they say daughters aren't, good at science. Daughters aren't good, or girls aren't good at science, good math. Bull fucking shit. My daughters, we treat them as if they are engineers creating technology, and whatever they might grow into in life is great. One seems like she might want to be a veterinarian later on in life. Fucking beautiful. That is the STEM. Like, I want my kids to be 100% in STEM. And this is a reason why we homeschool also. So we can curate their curriculum and we can guide them through the education journey. They did create some cool stuff for us to wonder about. They did, of course. Michael, this is awesome. I appreciate that. Will the UFC ever have their own health and diet guy like you? Well, they have the UFC PI, the UFC Performance Institute. There's some great humans there. There's some great humans there, and they do a great job. And it's tough for them, though. It is tough for them because they're so overwhelmed by the workload of all the nincompoops. I mean, those are the athletes. The athletes are the nincompoops, the unprofessional athletes who drag their dicks through the sand all year long, and then they go in the fat camp. They show up completely overweight, and then they expect the UFC PI to come in and fix it. Forrest Griffin works at the PI. Yeah, I love Forrest. Forrest is awesome. Wish I had a dad like Coach Mike. Well, that's why I call myself Uncle Mike. I am your surrogate uncle here, just trying to share information for you that I would share with my own family, people that I care about. I had several women data engineers that were senior level on my teams. Michael H. Brother, that is awesome. Love to hear more about what you do, Michael, if you care to share that information. But this is what we're trying to do. And I understand where the world is going, as you guys should understand where the world is going. The world is STEM. The world is technology. So right now, you should be putting your children on the path of technology, because technology will be around them anyway. Even if you're a carpenter, a contractor, if you're a landscaper. One of my buddies, he owns these massive sod farms, right? And he was telling me back, 15, 20 years, they would actually have to cut the sod by hand. Cut it, scoop it, roll it, lift it, place it, pallet it, and in a pickup truck, ship the pallet. It'd be a 5-person job. And over time, technology has got to the place now that he actually sits inside this sod truck. I forget the name of it, but it's this big ass fucking truck. It's like a factory in and of itself. Now it's a job handled by one guy, and he just sits there and watches YouTube videos, listens to podcasts, and he said he falls asleep every so often. And if something goes wrong, a little alarm goes off, and then he has to get out. The truck does everything now. Now the truck perfectly and precisely cuts the sod. It layers it underneath. It lifts it. It rolls it. It puts it onto the pallet, spins the pallet, lifts it, stores it, and then counts how many rolls of sod are on there. When it gets to the top, it then drops it, feeds another pallet, and then continues on. This is a job that 5 men used to have to do. Now, one nincompoop doesn't have to move a single muscle to do it. Point is, technology is changing that industry. What is it doing to every other industry? I was just watching Lex Friedman's podcast. I forget who he was talking to. Starlink, Nick Roy. Thank you. Yeah, we have Starlink. I wear the Starlink shirt. We have Starlink. It's awesome. So what was I talking about? Lex Friedman podcast, and they're talking about these robots, how these robots are starting to now automate. They're building robots to take over the jobs in customer service when you walk into a hotel. Now, we've all walked into airports and hotels, and it's like the hologram with a touch screen. Well, they're now automating that further to be a robot that is interactive, you can talk to and ask questions to, and will point to the gate where you have to go. There's robots now that can be your bellhop and take you and take your gear and bring it up to your room and where you have to go. This is what they're working on right now. I want my daughters to be the humans, the engineers that are building these robots and advancing the technology further. I'm not teaching my daughters to work in hotels. I'm teaching them to provide the technology to advance the hotel industry. And this is parents. This is what you should think about. Michael says, sadly, automation getting larger and larger. Education is going to be very important in the years to come. Amen, brother. So that's why, and again, this is what I'm trying to share with you guys. I know this was a Sean O'Malley, Khamzat Chimaev video, and everybody just jumped back. Hopefully, somebody can timestamp this for. Where is Dave B? Dave B, the legend. Please, brother, timestamp this video for us so we can. I'll pin it in the comments so people can just jump in and watch all the little pieces of that. Science will replace religion eventually. I think it already has in many ways. Flat Earth. Well, at least you are not a libtard. No, God forbid, no. God forbid, no. Forrest works at the PI. Yeah, it does. You're way off. I'm way off topic, right? Way off topic, but that's a good thing. I mean, the last bit of the video, this is a Q&A for us to chit chat. And I love talking to you guys about this stuff. This allows us to get to know each other even more. Lets me get to know you. And I love this. I love the community impact of this channel. A lot of YouTubers, and I know a lot of the bigger YouTubers that have massive followings, they just want to throw out videos. All they care about is the algorithm. You guys, and it's to my own damage. I don't care about that as much. I don't have the fancy, like, this is my gym. I just have a camera. I have a simple camera. It's like $100 camera I got at Best Buy that's right here. It's a 4K camera. It's like, oh, let me get the 4K camera. But it's not all the big fancy shit. Now, maybe I'll get there, and if you guys want me to, I absolutely will. But I'm much more concerned in being able to answer everybody's questions, get to know you guys as individuals, understand what you want, what the topics are most important to you, so I can bring you the most compelling information. Like, that's the whole point of this. And hopefully, and maybe down the road, this stuff changes. But I love the conversation with you guys. I want my robot to look like Kate Beckinsale. Amen, brother. Amen. That's I'm down with that. A robotic hotel receptionist would look just like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Yeah. I don't think John Jones is coming back, and I don't know where he is mentally, brother. I think he's coming back. John Jones coming back. I think he'll come back in 2023. Just because nothing is scheduled. He might come back late in 2022. I don't think so. I think he comes back in 2023. And I think that becomes, John Jones will be the biggest combat sports superstar in the world. If he comes back. Yeah, I understand this. Patrick Bet-David did an amazing interview on the moon landing with a gentleman who completely debunked it. It was compelling. This guy brought up so many salient points with evidence, so well resourced. It's hard to think humans ever did land on the moon. Considering the information this guy brought up, and I went into the conversation, into the podcast being like, this fucking guy, just another one trying to bash NASA and bash America. I watched the 2-hour podcast. I was like, I told my wife, I said, Brad, I said, we never landed. She's like, shut up. Like, go to bed. Because, of course, I'm in bed watching this. She's like, go to bed. So you have to watch this. You have to watch this. So Patrick Bet-David's, and Patrick's a serious dude, too. That is a smart dude, serious dude. You have to go to Patrick Bet-David's Value Entertainment channel and just type in moon landing. Don't take my word. And I don't know. I wasn't there. I haven't sifted through all the pieces of documentation. I'm not saying, right? I'm not going to war on this hill, but I'm saying, damn, it's hard to believe. And the fact that we've never been back since 71, 50 years later, why have we never gone back? Elon Musk brings up great points also about the trouble in getting to the moon and going through the radiation belt. There's a lot of issues. If Elon Musk can't get there with today's technology, it's really hard to believe we got there with 1960s technology. That's all I will say. Valuetainment's a great channel. Yeah, absolutely. Nick Roy started online one-on-one training this year. Any tips as far as marketing? Brother, if you have not signed up for our DDC, which is tomorrow, let me give you a link. If you either you do it or don't. I'm going to give you a private link right now that's going to give you an extra $300 discount. Hold on a second here. Let me just... If you want, and then I'll explain in a minute. All right, I just typed in Dolce Diet Certified. Nick Roy, and if anybody else is interested, this weekend, tomorrow night, Friday night from 5:30 to 8:30 p.m., Saturday from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m., Sunday from 9 a.m. to 12, we are hosting the Dolce Diet Certification and Fitness Conference. I just put the link inside the chat. This is 14 hours of action-packed, immersive, intensive nutrition and dietetics and sports science information. We additionally teach you how to build your business, how to build your brand, how to market your brand, how to set up a sales channel, and how to monetize your skills. Whether or not you work in the health and fitness space, the business side of this conference will dramatically improve your financial well-being. That's what this is about. So, Nick Roy, brother, if you have not joined up, if you have not started yet, I just gave you if you in the cart, you'll get a $300 discount off the retail price, which is a smoking fucking deal anyway. I'll put my money where my mouth is. And that, if anybody else wants to jump in, we have a few spots left. You could definitely jump in. We always keep a few spots at the end because this is where we get signups the last 24 hours before it starts. There are some in there right now. Jump in. Now, you say, any tips as far as marketing? I have hundreds of tips on marketing. Hundreds of tips on marketing. You started an online, one-on-one training business. Well, what do you provide? How do you liaise with your client? Who is your client? What is their goals? What are their needs? What are their limitations? How can you best provide for them? You need to understand this. As one of the exercises inside the conference, I say create your muse. I want you to very specifically create an avatar of your ideal client. Exactly who are they? Are they a male or are they a female? Are they 25, 35, 45, or 55? Do they own their house? Do they live in an apartment? Do they have kids that they have to ship off to school, or do they not? Are they single? Are they in great shape, looking to compete in CrossFit competitions? Are they overweight? Are they obese? What are their limitations? What is their training experience? What is their training history? What is their budget? How much can they afford to spend? Now, if you do not have exact answers to any of those questions, you will struggle with your marketing because you don't know who you're marketing to. So you as a coach and everyone here, you need to be crystal clear on exactly who you are talking to. Once you understand who you are talking to, then you can provide them exactly what they need. Because a 25-year-old female needs much, much different programming than a 45-year-old male. A 35-year-old postnatal female just coming out of childbirth needs something completely different than a 25-year-old bro looking to fucking get huge. Now, your program might be very similar. It should be. Healthy foods, balanced macro template, multi-meal servings throughout the day, sleep, stress management, progressive overload, staged appropriate according to muscle protein synthesis relative to goals, zone 1 through 3 cardio, interspersed throughout the week in an even rotation, all easy stuff. But if you do not know how to market that, you don't know what words to use. Now, think about this. When I'm speaking to a 34-year-old Lululemon mom who drives a Range Rover, am I talking about her getting shredded, getting fucking huge, bulking up, packing on mass? Or am I talking to her about getting toned and tightened and energized? It's the exact same program. The verbiage you use matters. The packaging matters. The color palette you're presenting, all of that matters, but it goes back to your muse. So this is one of the exercises I work on with my coaches. I get them to get crystal clear, and this falls into the Pareto bucket, the Pareto principle, the 80-20. 80% of your sales will come from 20% of your consumers. Who is that 20%? Who is your muse? And then from there, you can start building out legs. These legs are funnels that are synergistic, and some of which are upsells inside your marketing window. You can then bring them along from simple free downloadable PDFs as lead generators into maybe it's a $4, $9, $19.99, complete 30-day program, which can be a $99 one-on-one consultation, monthly membership to your 3-day-a-week digital online boot camp, with another $150 upsell into a personalized nutrition program that can fall into your larger, VIP fitness group. So then you can have these other tiers. Now I'm giving you guys like an abbreviated masterclass to walk along the way. Everybody here, if you have any sort of business or if you work in a business, everything I just said makes sense. How to structure it, this is where most people struggle because they don't know what order to be and they don't know where to start. They know it all exists, but they don't know how to put it together. It's like all the pieces to your phone are on the table in front of you, but you do not know how to assemble it. You come to a course like ours because we then teach you what the parts are and we teach you how to assemble it. So click the link. I started, so I think that means it's pinned. There you go. So check it out if you're interested. What else we got here? Ditto, you think? I don't know what Huel is, Sam, but I will look it up. Thank you. This is a good one. Why don't fighters with weight loss issues or near-death weight cuts know about your programs? What's your thoughts on the fight industry market? Well, many of them do know about the programs. I say the fighters who do make weight are likely following versions of our program. You'd be surprised at how many elite athletes are members of our online platform at thedolcediet.com. We have many, 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 many famous people who are current active members at thedolcediet.com. Bam. There it is right there, so you can see it. And this actually replaces a lot of the problems, because they simply go to thedolcediet.com, they sign up for the online program, they follow 3 weeks to Shredded, and everything is handled. The people who don't make weight, who have problems, who struggle, well, likely they're struggling because they're not following a program like ours, and they're listening to the wrong people. And boy, let me tell you, there are a lot of wrong people out there. There are a lot of people out there that have no idea what they're doing, and they sell the athletes a false bill of goods. Wolf tickets, as the great Nick Diaz had said when he was getting ready to fight George St. Pierre. They are buying wolf tickets. So this is other things. This is our inner circle. You might want to check this out also. This is daily broadcast messages from myself to you. This is great. It's free right now. You simply go to thedolcediet.com. You sign up for the inner circle. Bam, it's right here. You just sign up. See, totally free right now. Jump in, check it out. And these are broadcast messages similar to a YouTube short, an Instagram reel, a TikTok, slightly longer form on some days, where I break down topical information that I share nowhere else. I only share it with you guys inside the inner circle. A lot of things I'm able to tell you guys that I cannot say on regular social media platforms for fear of being shadow banned or canceled. Not that I say anything controversial, but it's funny when you tell people to focus on attaining healthy body mass. That is controversial because it's body shaming by saying high BMIs above 20, a BMI of 25 or greater increases your risk of early mortality. BMIs of 30 or greater dramatically increase your risk of early mortality, specifically with regards to cardiovascular disease, diabetes, stroke, and cancer. If you say that on the traditional social media platforms, you are very likely going to get canceled. And I was previously shadow banned for over 2 years, since June of 2020. And you can wonder why I was shadow banned, not for saying anything controversial, simply saying you need to go to your doctor and you need to get your weight down, because at that time we knew those ending up in hospitals were all high BMI individuals. We also know, and I get into this inside the inner circle, we also know that vaccines do not work well in individuals who have high BMI. Why is this? And you can talk to any virologist, they will agree and say it is true. But why? Let me explain to you a little further. Let me drop a little knowledge on you. It is because, I'm so off topic here, but hey, that's fine. It is because of an inflammatory response. That becomes the problem. The doctors don't know why. They don't know why those with high BMI have systemic inflammation that interferes with the effectiveness of nearly every vaccine. So those with high BMIs are suffering from some sort of inflammatory issue that makes vaccines not as productive. That's non-controversial. That's on the CDC's website. Every virologist will talk about that. We also know that pharma companies do not test vaccines on individuals with high body mass index because that brings down the curves of effectiveness. So pharma companies do not know what the response will be for individuals with high BMI because they don't test them. There's no refuting this information. That's scary, which is why I was like, hey guys, you like, I wear your mask, socially distance, like listen to what everything that the doctor and the CDC says. This is exactly what I said. I said, but go to your primary care physician, get comprehensive blood work done, and work with them to reduce your BMI to and I use the term medically determined healthy body weight. That same day, I got all the nasty grams, all the warnings, all the flags from the Meta platforms right here from this one and on Twitter. And on that exact same day, all my channels were throttled, and I was throttled down for 2 years. Just now am I breaking free, and some of you will notice I'm actually getting back into your news feeds. You'll probably see where like our videos are starting to show up a little bit more often than they once did. We're finally breaking free. And what I will ask you, when you see our videos pop up, click on it. Click on it and just let it play for like 2 or 3 minutes. Hopefully I have some sort of value to add you. But the more you click on our videos when they pop up into your feed, the more it sends a signal to these social media companies that you're interested in our content. And that will hopefully help our channel grow a little bit. And we only grow because of your service to us, to helping us. And so I thank you guys for that. Let me get off of this topic here. What else? Can I spike my orange juice with salt? I wouldn't understand why you would do that. How much salt does Dolce say take in the morning? Usually it's just a sprinkle. Typically I take in 3 to 6 grams of sodium per day throughout all of my food. I take in more on days where I'm sweating more, I'm going to the sauna more, I'm working out harder, and I take in less on days that I do not perspire as much. So sodium intake by and large should be mediated by your respiration and perspiration rate. Because when you sweat, you're actually losing sodium. The days I'm not sweating as much, well, I don't need to consume as much. Marcus says, best of luck, brother. You got a good mentor here in Mike. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. They're very cool. Nick Roy, love all of this. Thank you. Nick, if you love that conversation I gave you on marketing and your muse, bro, that's just like 2 minutes of 14 hours. I go so deep into the fitness industry, into entrepreneurship and building financial independence. I teach you guys about tax structure. I teach you about investments. I teach you about diversifying your portfolio. I teach you about the 3 bucket strategy. And I teach you about retirement. I teach you about real estate. I mean, I'm a real estate investor here. Some of you guys do and don't know. I don't talk about it a lot on this channel, but real estate is my first love from a business perspective. I teach you about that. And how, as an entrepreneur, like I have no paycheck. There is no paycheck waiting for a guy like me on Friday. I have to, every single day, I have to eat what I kill. And what I teach my daughters here, for anyone who cares about money, I used to do Finance Friday. We teach our daughters, and I've taught my daughters since day one, the 3 rules of money that every human should understand. Now, there's multiples that come off this, but the 3 basic rules of money I teach my children. Rule number 1 is neat. We must make money every single day. Every single day you are alive, you must make money. Why is that? Because you spend money every single day. You're sitting in your house right now. You're on your phone right now. You're eating a meal right now. You're drinking a bottle of water. You're buying a cup of coffee. You're driving your car. You're paying for your car. You're insuring yourself. Every single day you're alive costs you money. Therefore, you must make money every single day. Rule number 1, my children know, is we must make money every single day. Rule number 1, there is no Monday through Friday 40-hour-a-week mentality in my house. I care not about that. I don't care. My Mondays and Sundays look identical. It doesn't matter to me, nor should it to you. This is what I teach, and I have 400 coaches inside of our coaching system. I conduct so many seminars and corporate speaking, and I work with a lot of high-level CEOs and whatnot too. And small business owners are huge inside my coaching and mentorship group. I have a mentorship group. We meet every Wednesday night. It's dedicated to men. It's called the Strong Men of the Inner Circle. It is a down and dirty, deep mentorship group. If you're interested in that, leave a comment in this video or send an email to Gabby, Gabby at thedolcediet.com. If you're interested, we can talk about whether or not you want to join. But rule number 1 of money is make money every single day. Rule number 2 of money, you must save your money. You must protect your money. So rule number 1 is we make money every day. Rule number 2 is we must immediately protect our money from being a fucking idiot and spending it on Yeezys, on buying a $6 bottle of water, on spending it on all the inane bullshit people spend money on. You work so hard to make money and you blow it on fucking bullshit. People are mad that billionaires are billionaires. Billionaires are billionaires because consumers are fucking idiots. That's how billionaires make their money, because people overspend on nonsense and they do not, rule number 3, teach their money to grow. I teach my daughters, number 1, make money every single day. Number 2, protect their money at all costs. Rule number 3, we can then teach that money to make more money. These are the 3 rules of money. If you do not know these 3 rules, you will never be financially independent. You will never be financially satisfied. You will always be financially insecure, and likely you will work your entire life and not have the things you should have, not have the experiences you could have, not allow the opportunities for life to grow in a manner that suits you to live optimally. Simply because your mommy and daddy never taught you the 3 rules of money. That mine didn't either. I grew up in extreme poverty. Some of you know this. Extreme poverty, no heat, no electricity, no running water in my house, no kitchen, no food, no refrigerator, no microwave, nothing. The back of my house was an empty hole, like a bomb went off, literally. The water damage from the rain, because we have no shingles on the back roof, leaked down through the floors, and the back of our house literally collapsed. Broken windows everywhere. Like, I senior year of high school, I lived in my car. So I grew up in this horrible environment, knowing nothing about money, which is why I'm so passionate about teaching it and learning it and passing it down to my daughters at such a young age. But I found most people I come in contact with, most adults, young adults, know nothing about it either. And they are financially insecure. And we can fix that with the 3 rules of money. And then of course, there's many, many, many lessons to teach off that, and many specific examples to share. But that's something hopefully that is helpful to you guys. You know what, Marcus, interested in the men's group? Send Gabby an email, Gabby, Gabby at thedolcediet.com. If you're interested in joining the strong men of the inner circle, we meet every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. It's a 2-hour mentorship group meeting. We get down and dirty. I always bring 2 very specific topics. One is about social, and the other is about business and finance. We focus on the 4 pillars of manhood. That is personal fitness, family values, finances, and then what I call your fortress. I don't explain the fortress until you guys are there, but the fortress, this is where you want to get to. This is at the end. Number 1. So fitness, finances, and family, these 3 areas, and there's 20 specific lessons off of all 4 of these. So there's 80 specific lessons that we cover, and there's 80 specific skills that we share. Every time we leave that Wednesday meeting, there is homework. There is something for you to work on to develop your levels of personal fitness, your level of interpersonal communication skills to enhance your family unit, which also intercedes into larger community. There's lessons and skills for you to develop your personal finances, creating financial prosperity and independence. Most people do not understand this. And then we get into the fortress. The fortress is the phase of life that I am at now. The fortress is where we all want to be. And this is, I mean, it works for men and women, but because I'm a man, I speak in the voice of men. I speak directly to men. I do not assume I can speak to women as a woman in the voice of a woman, but it's if a woman wanted to join, I would be open to that. But you have to be allowed in. You have to be accepted in. Some people have wanted to become a part of the group, and it's just not the right time for them or for us yet. So if anybody's interested, send an email to Gabby, Gabby at thedolcediet.com, and I will push you. We will push you. Every single man in that group we have pushed to become a man. And think about this. There is no such thing as a weak man. Because to be a man, you must be strong. You are either a strong man or you are a weak male. And the vast majority of males are weak. There are very few strong men on this planet. Because you were born with certain chromosomes does not make you a man. A man is dictated by your actions. So because you have a little pecker hanging between your legs, that does not make you a man. A man is how you engage with the world around you, and a man is how you develop your own core, your personal ethos. This is what we teach and we go over. Now, I have a mentorship group that I am a part of that elevates me. These are some very famous names that you know, and these are very, very powerful, influential people. You do not know their names. So I am honored to be mentored by billionaires, 100 millionaires, very successful humans. I'm honored to be the junior member inside their group, although I am an expert in my field, as they are experts in their fields. I'm the junior by age inside this group. And what an honor to have been elevated into this group. And this is very similar to how I model this mentorship group for the strongmen of the inner circle. So that being said, again, Gabby, Gabby, Gabby at thedolcediet.com. She will pass the email on to me, and we will tell you more about the group and whether or not you want to be a part of it. All right, guys and gals, I'm going to jump out here. I didn't realize, wow, we are long. We are long in the day right now. Let me hop off right now. You guys are all absolutely incredible. Bang, bang, thumbs up. If not, give this video a little thumbs up right now. And if you did not, subscribe to this channel. Gift me with that subscription, please. We're so close to 50,000 subs. So close to 50,000 subs. Ooh, I can taste it. Let's try and break 50,000 subs before the end of September. I mean, that's really pushing a hard pace here. But I appreciate you guys. Anyway, I'm out of here. Until next time. Boom.